So, some might be wondering what is going on today on August 3rd, 2025, Sunday. It is to discuss the oil test results. Now, I'm still far away. I just have it taped to the fender cover. More on that in a second. But I'm actually right now doing some other work to the truck. It has now hit 150,000 miles. Things got hectic. I was just getting busy. I wanted to finally take the time to talk about the lab results. So this was when I changed the oil at 145,000 miles. I had done that previous oil change at 140,000 miles, so the oil had exactly 5,000 miles on it. So let's get up close and let's better discuss these results. So here are the results. They're actually very good results. Now, to those of you who follow me, you know, last year I cut open that oil filter, found nothing, no glitter, no sparkles. So it was good on a macroscopic scale, but I knew I wasn't out of the woods yet. Would they find anything chemically? Because I am hearing some noises from the valve train, although who's not to say it could be out of the exhaust manifolds, because that's something these Chryslers like to do, especially as you rack up the mileage. Here's what Blackstone had to say. Thanks for your notes. The camshaft and lifters are some of the steel parts that put iron into the oil. Universal averages show 25 parts per million of iron is usual for 6.4 Hemi. After about 5,000 miles on the oil, you have only 6 parts per million of iron in this sample. It didn't take a short oil change to get this low of a reading, so that means they're usually throwing out more oil. Shows just a reflection of the quality of the oil that I use, the Amsoil Signature Series. The other wear metals look good too. In spite of the valve train noises, we aren't seeing any evidence of excess wear at any parts in this V8. The 4.8 TBN shows the active additive was left in this fill of the Amsoil 0W40. No contamination was found. So this is actually a very good report. So this is proving that it pays to take care of your stuff, and even if you have something that's a known problem in the motor, such as the MDS is a known problem in this motor, just do your freaking maintenance, use your quality filters, use quality oils. And in the case of me, I never let that oil stay more than 6,000 miles. And after 135,000, that is when I knocked it down to 135,000. No, I'm sorry. At 135,000, that's when I knocked the interval down to 5,000 miles. And people say, aren't you wasting money? No, not really. And there'll be more on that in a moment too. So I guess we'll look down the rest of the paper here. I want to first start in over here because they're going to ask the importance of questions like, how many miles do you have on the sample? I was very exact. So the oil had exactly 5,000 miles on it. I was at 145,000 miles at the time, and this was on June 5th. And over here it shows location averages, and I'm faring quite well. I'm at or below these averages in terms of the metals they look for, and this actually shows how good and strong the oil is, which is why you maintain your frequent oil changes, so your engine's always protected. Because hey, I've yet to hear of a motor blowing up from having its oil be too clean. And that's pretty much all I have to share. Now, to answer the question, am I wasting money changing it every 5,000 miles instead of 6,000? Let me answer that for you right now. I'm going to prove that you're making a minuscule savings, literally minuscule, by keeping an extra 1,000 miles. But if this starts to throw out metal and whatnot, you know, the motor, well, you can do a lot of damage in 1,000 miles. I just keep on changing it. So, got you everything here. Your Mopar oil filter, 1095. 7 quarts of Amsoil 0W40 Signature Series, $79.96. The 2 bottles of the Amsoil Flush, $22.58. Brings the total here, $113.46. I pay 8.13% sales tax, so $122.68. That's your magic number here. So obviously the right way to do the math, how many dollars per mile? So we take that $122.68 divided by 5,000 miles. This is what you get here, 0.024536. So 2 cents right here, right? What if we divide that same number by 6,000? Still 0.024 whatever, and then these 6's are ongoing. That's what the line above means. So This is your difference here, 0.00409 cents. You would have to multiply this by almost 7 times actually, I think. 5 times to make this about $750 something, and maybe then you'll finally make a 1 cent difference to save a penny here. So I do that to prove out that nothing is being wasted by keeping that oil in there 1,000 miles less. Like I said, I've yet to hear of a motor blowing up from having its oil be too clean. And when you have a motor like mine that is known for certain problems, you know what? You can't be too careful. Like I said, this is all you're saving, if that. So a better justification of why I knocked my service interval down to 5,000 miles. Factor in also that I personally have the Mopar Max Care, so I still do have a warranty to protect as well. Well, that's all I pretty much had to show. I guess better late than never. I just wanted to make this sooner than later. I think what made me waste so much time too was I was trying to make a YouTube short out of this until I realized there's a lot of other information I wanted to share, so I don't know if it could be a YouTube short. I wasn't going to waste my time with that. So hopefully what I showed you was helpful, and there are other channels like ChrisFix that spend a lot more time better explaining these types of results, but I just wanted to make that video following up on those lab results that show that, yeah, this motor's in better shape than I ever realized. And interestingly enough, maybe the good thing about taking so long to do this is the car wizard has also just bought himself a 4th gen Dodge Hemi pickup. He has a half ton, of course. 5.7, but they also have the problem with the MDS. He's not going to preemptively circumvent the MDS. If you watch that video, I'll leave the link in the description. But he will wait until it starts causing a problem, and then he'll install the means to circumvent the system. It'll be the same story with me. But for right now, there doesn't seem to be any need. Now, I'd show the odometer with the 150,000 miles, but I have the battery disconnected. I do have this though. And the reason I'm not going to show me putting in the spark plugs is there's plenty of other videos of people doing it with these trucks. Better camera, lighting, multiple people to help them shoot it. So just going to do it far better than I could. And I'm also using E3 Diamond E3.68. I don't want to waste time filming it either because I don't know how good these are going to be. Is the motor going to like them? And I would hate to spend all this time filming, only to scrap the video or make a different video explaining why I scrapped the video. So this is what I'm going to use. I'm going to see how it does. I also just did the drive belt 100 miles ago, cleaned the throttle body 100 miles ago. So, and the air filter, surprisingly not that bad because of all the highway driving I do. So I'll revisit that at the 200,000 mile mark, but that's pretty much all I wanted to show you today. Yeah, I'm still up and about, so anyhow, I hope this was helpful. Any and all input is greatly appreciated. Have a great day. Be safe out there, and don't be a stranger.